4, 3, 2, 1. We have liftoff. Hello and welcome to another iconic episode of the Vegan Stephen podcast. Come on aboard. Vegan Stephen podcast, a party of a podcast. Vegan Stephen's a fictional character. All characters, events in the show, even though it's based on real people, are entirely fictional. All celebrity voices are impersonated poorly. The following program contains coarse language and due to its content should not be viewed by anyone. This is the Vegan Stephen podcast, the number one podcast promoting positive mental health. It's not just for vegans, it's for everyone. Come on in, the show's about to start. Here we go. Alright, so today on the Vegan Stephen podcast, we're going to talk about the LA city riots. There you are. That's of 1992 in Los Angeles. So there you are. We're going to have an old chat of that. We're still here in Vegan Stephen Industries. We still have our head buried under the sand because there's a lot of trying to take our mind off this COVID business. So in other news, I can confirm that the coveted Dr. Boogie will be coming back. That is right, Dr. Boogie will be coming back in person on the 18th of May. So get your whiteboard marker out, that, write that on the wall, get that tattooed on the inside of your eyelids, get that tattooed on write that on your girlfriend's, your spouse's face so you'll remember. Never mind birthdays, never mind Christians. Dr. Boogie is coming back live to the podcast, and there's been a lot of rumours going around about Dr. Boogie. Is he dead? Is he alive? Is he even human? We don't know, but we'll find out on May 18th. Dr. Boogie will be here, and I have heard a rumour that he has reached another level of boogie, so he'll be laying some sweet grooves down for you. Today on the podcast we also have live performance of 20, song never heard before, and life is starting to go back to normal. I don't know where you guys are living. Today it is 11:51, which means it's like 9 minutes to 12 midday or something like that. It is the 6th of Wednesday. Is Wednesday 6th May 2020. So there's some more information for you. So sit back and get ready for this. So there was a big riot there in LA. LA. And a lot of it was to do with tension between Koreans and what do they call it? The name African Americans, the word, I think. I'm not sure. Because I don't know, whatever. Anyway, the riots over 5 days in the spring of 1992 left more than 50 people dead and more than 2,000 injured. The rioting destroyed and damaged over 1,000 buildings. They just started like fucking lighting fires, fucking shite. Anyway, an estimated cost damage of over 1 billion, and that's from WTVA.com/content. So fair play to them for getting that in there. I typed in quite inappropriately. I was getting ready for the show. I was like, oh flip, better get my details ready for the show. So I typed in LA City Riots fun facts, and the only one who answered my call for funny facts to do with the LA City Riots was CNN. So CNN is also into the fun facts, but as I take a closer eye, I realise that it actually says fast facts. So they're a little bit more sensitive than all the rest of it. They're just reiterating the things like 9,800 California National Ground troops were dispatched to restore order. 9,800. Nearly 12,000 people were arrested. 12,000 people were arrested. Though not all arrests were directly related to the rioting. I want to get into this shit, right? There were mothers taking their children into places to fucking riot. There was just buildings just being set on fire. Oh my god, they've helicopter footage of there's a lorry driver just driving down the street, minding his own business, gets fucking yanked out of the truck. Lads start kicking him to death. He's just like fucking left there on the ground, and looters start looting big boxes of stuff out of his truck. Oh, so many things. And then I was watching those videos of the real police footage from the helicopters and stuff, and you could see it all unfold. Absolutely mental. Just, yeah, like I said, just mothers bringing their kids out to fucking looting, serious looting going on. It wasn't so well. There was riots, but I think it was a lot of looting, a whole lot of looting. There was too much going on for the Gael guards to keep up with, so they started trying to evacuate. And then one of the main kind of stories is, which we'll have a little look into, is the members of the Korean community started to take arms. So I'm kind of jumping the gun a little bit here, but there was a lot of racial tension between Koreans and African Americans during in the build-up to this. It was kind of like a time bomb waiting to go off. Like, it wasn't. At the time, there was a massive problem with crack. You might have heard about this whole crack thing. So there was a lot of unrest and just fucking people being poor and shit. And then just people just having a shit life, like just people not doing well. Kind of recessions, all that kind of stuff. So there you are. So there was a kind of a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. So a little bit more background. There was a lot of tension between Koreans and what is the right term? So there was a lot of, what was that word? Oh, there was clashes in traditions, alright? Because the Koreans came to America for better, fucking lifestyle or whatever. So they opened up a lot of shops, primarily alcohol shops, and like news kind of side, what they call it, like a newsagent shops. And there were some things that really pissed off the African Americans, which was they wouldn't put the change in there was cultural differences, so they wouldn't put the change in the person's hand. They'll put it on the counter because it's considered rude in Korean culture to like touch hands with money. I'm not well up on the details. There was also things like in Korea, they find it disrespectful to call people by the first names. So just kind of like loads of cultural differences that created a lot of tension and clash. Some people found the Koreans to be rude because of they kept themselves, and who knows. There was just, they were kind of a scapegoat, used as a scapegoat for all the tension. I guess they were prospering a bit because maybe they weren't doing crack. Who knows? I should stick to the facts here rather than putting my opinions out. But around this time, it was I think it's the second generation of Koreans, which is where they're how do you say this? The second generation. The first generation had come to America, and by the time that the riots were setting off, their kids were going to college. So people were they were like, oh, why are these like Koreans doing so much better than us? and they were like, there's a lot of tension there because they felt the Korean prices were also more expensive in the shops, and the African Americans felt that I'm making massive generalizations here, so there was all sorts of people felt things like this. The Korean shops were a lot more expensive than, like, they didn't have Walmart back then because they weren't part of a chain. They were like independent, so they had to charge more. So yeah, there was a bit of jealousy, you know, why these Korean lads they're doing so well, they get to charge so much in their shops, their kids are going to college, my kids aren't going to college, they're all their friends aren't on crack, all my friends are on crack. There was just a lot of tension there, as you know, with claustrophobia and just whatever. So there, it was a ticking time bomb waiting to go off. So there was a lot of tension between stuff, and there was loads of just general well, I'll say a lot of misunderstandings and cultural differences, which caused to a lot of tension. Like they'd just be like, "Oh, Tony," and the Korean man might be like, "That's so disrespectful. Like, don't call me fucking Tony. My name's Mr. Kim or something. I don't know." So stuff like that, they would feel greatly disrespected by just basic friendliness. Because, I don't know, it's kind of normal in the West to just be like, first name. And every time, it was something like every time, I might be mixing up customs here, but every time the people in America or whatever went into the shop, the Koreans would act as if it was their first time, as if they've never met each other before. They always thought it was like cold and unfriendly and just not integrated with the community. Anyway, I'm basically just I was watching a lot of interviews with people, and that was kind of the stuff that they just said, like, you know, in basic slang. So I'm just trying to like put it through some kind of politically correct filter or so on. They're using a lot of, like, you know, N-words and so on, which I unfortunately can't say on the show. Alright. Anyway, so I'm just trying to say it was a ticking time bomb, and so there was what happened. Here's what happened anyway. Here's what kicked it all off. Low tension, I think it's wealth disparity. So if you see, just in general, wealth distribution, like the proper word for it, it caused a lot of tension when there's like poor people and people who are doing better, and it's like, oh, what, I want your stuff, why are you doing better than me, and all this stuff. Anyway, so this is a video. So basically what happened was, there was what kicked all this shit off, what they call this, an igniter or something, an irritant, I think is what they call it. The CIA. So what happened was, a Korean lady, Korean shop owner, I guess, shot and killed a young black girl, and needless to say, and she was brought to court over it. So she shot and killed the little girl she nicked a bottle of orange juice, or at least, I don't know if she nicked the orange juice or not that it matters, but it went to court. There was a whole stuff and thing, people were saying it's fucking hate crime and all this mad shit, and fucking the media blew it completely out of whack. And everyone was like, oh my god, what's going to happen to this case? Oh, it's awful. Oh, should you give her the chair's not good enough for it. You can imagine all this fucking public outcry, and people are like fuming, and they wanted justice. So the Korean lady went to I'll probably go through all the names and stuff at the end. I have the Wikipedia here, so you're good, you'll get your names and stuff at the end. So the Korean lady was acquitted So she got off. She didn't have to go to jail. She got a suspended sentence, and you know, like if you ever do anything again, we're gonna throw you in jail or whatever. But so because it was, I think she got manslaughter, if you know what I mean, and then the sentence was, because it was like, you know, accidental kind of ish. I don't know. Who knows? But anyway, there was public outcry. The media went fucking nuts, and people were like, "Oh, the system's unjust," and and then there was kind of tit for tat crimes, like one lad doing one stuff to one other lad, and all this stuff. So, and just the whole thing just went fucking nuts. Then, and then there was even cases of, it was so Korean charged that there was shop owners, African American shop owners, who had to write on their front of their windows were smashed in and stuff, and they had to write on the front of their shop, black owned business, so that it wouldn't be targeted. So it was a very, is race related the right word? I'm not sure. Who knows? In 1992, so shit was absolutely going off the charts. Oh, yeah. So, there was also a lot of there was a beating, what also like made people go absolutely nuts, to create a lot of tension between law enforcement and members of the community. Rodney King and death of Latasha Harlins. So Rodney King, what happened to Rodney King was, he was, and death of, let's see, who's this girl here? Death of Latasha Harlins. Okay, so she was a 15-year-old American African girl, and she was falsely shot by Sue Jahu. She was the 50-year-old Korean female in a convenience store. Alright, so she's the girl or whatever. And the sentence, she was convicted of mandatory manslaughter, so I'm just backing up what I was saying with the old Wikipedias. Death sentence to served time. So, and 5 years of probation, 400 hours of community service, and $500 restitution and funeral expense. Oh shit! That's kind of it's a bit weird, isn't it? So she got community service and 5 years probation, and she got 400 hours community service, and she had to pay $500 to the family, plus the end bit's kind of like $500 plus funeral expense. That little end bit's like, ooh. If they didn't put that in, it would sound a lot less bad, I think. I don't know. This and the Rodney King taped. So there's a lad been taken out of his car or whatever, and beaten to near death by he's a Rodney King is an American construction worker turned into writer, political activist. Police brutality of the Los Angeles police department on the old 1991. Voluntary beaten by LAPD, fleeing their arrest of. During his arrest for fleeing and resisting arrest. Jesus. So anyway, a civilian recorded the thing on his camera. They were beating the living daylights out of the guy, like they were going to town on him. with the sticks and all that, and it was absolutely gross. So a video came out with this, the LAPD beating on a African American, Rodney King, and people were fuming. So yeah, just a lot of tension, Oh my god! And then, do you know the Rodney, the guy I was just talking about? All of the fucking, they had to move the police. They had a trial for this Rodney King man, right? How are we getting on? They had a trial for this Rodney King, and it was so flippin'. There was so much public outcry that to move it to a different state, like, so if it was in Dublin, you'd move it up to fucking Northern Ireland or something mad. Virginia County, that's Ventuna County, so to move it from Los Angeles to Semi Valley, the neighbouring part of, is a county in the southern part of US state of California, Califo, California. Okay. It had no African Americans on the jury, and the guards got off, like, so they're found not guilty, like, of beating the shit out of them, and they had it on video of them beating the shit out of them. This was the early days of video, like, so people were furious with the law and stuff. Alright. So then it gets into the old riots. The riots began on the day of the verdict, were announced, and peak intensity over the next 2 days, dusk till dawn curfew, and deployment of California Army, National Guardsmen, federal troops, and federal law enforcement. Personal eventuality. Jesus. So yeah, they're just going feckin' at it. Like, going at it. Yeah, just looting and more looting. It was absolutely gas. There was curfews in it, like say dusk till dawn or something, wasn't it? I can't remember I just read 8, whatever the specific curfew was, and there was just guards going around being like, what are you doing? Go home. And buildings just being set on fires and all this mad shit. So that the order was given out to in the week before the Rodney King, the acquittals of the accused for the Los Angeles Police Department, grand. Crowd of 300 people appeared. I'm after losing the place. What page am I on at all? Hi there, you'll do. I'm at that stage in my life, turning friends into partners for convenience sake, saving up to be a millionaire. Do you enjoy my high choice of words? I get them for cheap, but that's not my excuse. It's my motto. Barbie activism and the Catholic guilt trip, Bible bashing, loves font-hearted head, and God spelled backwards is dog, but that's not who we are. It's who the let us think we were. Monogamy's for bland people, ready to die. I let my woe kill a trip to a whiteboard marker, so I let the proud people decide. It's not a popularity contest, it's a popularity contest. And I forfeit saving up to be a millionaire. Do you enjoy my high choice of words? I get them for cheap, but that's not my excuse, it's my motive. Barbie activism and the Catholic guilt trip, Bible bashing, love's fun-tarded head, and God's spelled backwards is dog, but that's not who we are, or to the let's think we were. What are you, mentally young? I'm speaking, I'm not preaching. What are you, mentally young? I'm speaking, I'm not preaching. What are you, mentally young? I'm speaking, I'm not preaching. What are you, mentally young? I'm speaking, I'm not preaching. Saving up to be a millionaire. Do you enjoy my high choice of words? I get them for cheap, but that's not my excuse, it's my motive. Barbie activism and the Catholic guilt trip, Bible bashing, love's fun-tarded head, and God spelled backwards is dog, but that's not who we are, or to the woo, let us think we were. Man, I was trying to say woo instead of see you next Tuesday, but cunt is just such a good word to say, isn't it? I love it. Rolls off the tongue. Anyway, I think that the worst thing an artist can do is censor themselves, and here's me censoring myself. Oh my god. You don't know how hard it is to be an artist. I'm only messing. So, shit was hitting the fan. There was lads just lying on the street like they're fucking. There was lads just lying on the street and someone throwing a fucking speaker at them, and then someone was spray painting on him. You're black now. Just fucking wild, absolutely wild. Just people just going fucking nuts. If you're gonna get a time machine and you're thinking about going somewhere for a bit of crack, all puns intended, definitely go to that LA City riot, man. That would be fucking top notch. But it was kind of gross as well. Like people were just attacking each other, just liquor stores raided and all this shit. Okay, so these there was a lot of pressure, and it ended up, looking for a scapegoat. These members of the Korean community were targeted. All right, so people were actually setting their things on fire, specifically targeting them for what is the name? Specifically targeting them as just like scapegoats, like you're to blame for all my problems, kind of stuff. All that. So what happened is, this is all building up, lads. Don't worry. It's all building up. Are you ready for this? Cause shit's about to get fucking lit. So they're all there. You're thinking to yourself, alright, riots, that's grand. Right, yawn. Right, fucking, yeah, grand. Well, get this. Oh, baby. Oh, Jesus. Alright. So, people were coming in, you know, just fucking, the law came in and said, listen lads, you're fucked. You're just gonna have to just fucking leg it, because there's people are going nuts, we can't do anything about it and all this shit. So, all these, you know, all their mates' buildings and shit have just been fucking set on fire and rioted and all this stuff. So they're like, listen, tell you what lads, we own a gun shop and all that, yeah. Fucking mad lads. They armed themselves, these specific members of the Korean community or whatever. Shopkeeper Soo Ja-do see, this is what happens when I try to fucking look at Wikipedia and tell a story at the same time. Revolving looters, a widely seen controversial New York Times. Television coverage of two Korean merchants firing pistols repeatedly at revolving looters, that's ROVING looters, was widely seen as controversial in the New York Times. So they're like fucking, they're standing on top of their shops with fucking shotguns and sights, and the people came in with like a certain range to fucking shoot warning shots. The Korean shopkeepers were fucking hiding behind cars, and people came in a certain distance to be like absolutely wild. And the guards, like the police, were shitting themselves because they'd be going into a fucking they'd see a riot, right? They go into the shops being looted, they go in guns drawn, and it'd just be fucking kids in there, like fucking kids, and they've guns drawn. And they were saying like one lad took out a screwdriver just to, I don't know what the fuck he was playing at, and the guard was like, man, I could have fucking blown your head off, you fucking idiot, go home, what are you doing here? I nearly shot you, like, fucking hell. So the guards were just, the law enforcement were stressed out of their fucking mind, they couldn't cope. So these members of the Korean community, anyway, on top of their rooftops with fucking shotguns. How fucking baller is that, like? You wouldn't mess with these lads. So they were absolutely devastated. Their entire life's worth, an entire generation's worth of, they came to America, had fucking nothing, built up their shop from scratch, and then have it burnt down, all because of a fucking political hoo-ha, like. But that's it, man. That's my pot of gold. That's all I gotta say. The lads with the guns. Fucking yeah. Many Korean Americans in Los Angeles refer to the event as Seoi, meaning 4 to 9. In the Korean language, the reference to... I'm trying to talk and have a sip of coffee at the same time. So, anyway. Oh, gosh. Alright, what have we got here, darlings? The week of the riots, following the acquittal of the LAPD officers and the beating of Rodney King, there's a video, heartbreaking video of Rodney King saying something along as it, can we all just like get along? He's fucking bawling his head off. He's like, you're getting all mad for me, like I was beating a moon for my life, but can we all just fucking get along? He's fucking heartbroken, man. He was heartbroken. Rightly so. So, lovely. I don't know anything about him, but he seems like a fucking good lad from the interviews I was watching. Turning point in the development of a distinct Korean American identity and community. Over 2,300 mom and pop shops run by Korean business owners were damaged through the ransacking and looting during the riots, sustaining close to 400 million in damages. So these people were targeted, like, as in... Yeah, right, we'll go with that one. Korean Americans responded in various ways, including forming activist organizations such as Association of Korean American Victims and increasing efforts to build collaborative links with other economic groups through the Korean Americans Coalition. During the riots, many Korean immigrants of the area rushed to Koreatown after Korean language radio stations called for volunteers to guard against rioters. Fucking ballers, fuck. Many were aimed with various improvised weapons. Many arrived with various improvised weapons. Handguns, shotguns, and semi-automatic rifles. So it's absolutely wild footage of all this unfolding on the internet. It's absolutely apocalyptic, like. Just... There was even people getting taxis into the fucking riot centre. Say, listen, keep the fucking meter run there. I'll be back in a minute with a flat screen. Do you want that? He's like, yeah, gives a sofa and half a barrel of Guinness and Michelle Pfeiffer before the surgery, and he's like, yeah, no bother, just keep the meter running. I'll be back in 5 minutes. And he comes back with all the goods. Like, let's go. So people showing up in taxis, jumping into the place, doing a bit of looting, back in the taxi, whoop, back home. Keeping the meter running. That's baller. So yeah, it's fucking mental. And after all this, I know I'm skipping to the end, but there was a reunion of the Bloods and Crips. They had like a peace off. It's fucking mental. Anyway, we're gonna keep going. The Conservatives emphasised. According to Edward Park in 1992, violence stimulated a new wave of political activism among Korean Americans. It also split them into two camps. The Liberals sought to unite with other minorities in Los Angeles to fight against racial oppression and scapegoating. So just to go over scapegoat, it's scapegoat is the practice of singling out one person or group for unmerited blame and consequent negative treatment. Scapegoating may be conducted by individuals, against groups, against group individuals, or against groups. So they're listing off them all the possibilities there, not leaving anyone out. All inclusive groups there. Jeez, lads. So they had to set up their own little improvised fucking militia or something, like proper wild, because the police just, they were fucking scared and outnumbered and all the rest of it. The Conservatives emphasised law and order and genuinely favoured economic and social policies of the Republican Party. Conservatives tend to emphasise the differences between Korea and other minorities. So it went on in the Los Angeles metropolitan area, and went on for over 6 days. That is impressive. Jesus. 6 days. That is a lot of crack. Fuck me, like. Imagine rioting for 6 days straight, like. You'd be like normal. I thought riots only went on for like fucking half a day, and then people get hungry and go home. But 6 days hard at it, that's impressive. Right. So, taking a break. Residential life. Many in Los Angeles residents bought weapons for self-defense. After the riots stopped, everyone was fucking buying loads of guns because they didn't know when the fuck it would kick off again, and they were like, shit, the guards weren't around last time. So there was a massive boom in buying like personal little bang bangs and handguns. Many in Los Angeles residents bought weapons for self-defense against further violence. The 10-day waiting period in California law strimmed those who wanted purchase firearms while the riot was going on. That's STYMID or whatever. There you are. Frickin' hell. And now it's time for It's Russia Today. It's Russia Today. It's Russia Today. It's Russia Today. Sign here for your bit of propaganda. South Korean intelligence says no signs of Kim Jong had heart surgery. What the fuck? So they're playing with our heartstrings, lads. Kim Jong-un, this is the news. They said he didn't have a heart surgery now. There you are. What pandemic? Question mark. US and Navy Royal launch Cold War style provocation against Russia's Arctic backyard. Jesus. Millions of Americans and Britons losing their livelihoods under COVID-19 lockdowns can rejoice that their natives are open for business. Staggering a show of force on Russia's doorstep for the first time since the Cold War. Man, what is all this crack about? Let's see. We got cold, weird and scary skies over Niger's capital. Blood red as massive sandstorm engulfs in the city. So there's a big sandstorm going on there. Russia Today, you heard it first. Surprise! Asteroid invades Earth protection. So there you have that one. There's a bit of an asteroid going on there. That's a bit of news for you. Game changer. German scientists have antibodies that block coronavirus from spreading further. Scientists have done some things. COVID-19 serial killer. By the day he collapsed for nurses, but by night the illegal butchered Barcelona. Ah, fuck yeah. Let's give this a read. We got some juicy news. Juicy news. There's a coronavirus serial killer. Talk about making the most of it. Alright, he's going around beating homeless people. Jesus. He's some man. 35-year-old injected terror into Barcelona's homeless by sickening rampage. The same way that Jack the Ripper instilled terror into, oh Jesus, London's prostitutes. Jesus. Oh jeez. Coronavirus pandemic officially recorded its first bona fide serial killer arrest of the Barcelona football fan who went on a sickening random rampage during the old lockdown. Even at a quiet glance, a legal Brazilian immigrant dressed in a Barcelona FC cap and black leather mittens has the old psychopath. I don't know. Oh shit! They got videos of it. All right, I'm gonna watch it just for investigation purposes. Oh my god, what's going on here? What's he up to? Jesus, I don't know what he's doing. Is he going for a slash? He's just going for a piss. I don't know what the fuck he's up with. He's on drugs. He just can't stand up. Alright. What's he doing? Oh shit. No, I don't know what the fuck's going on. I have no idea what's going on. So, Russia Today, it definitely confused me. I have no idea what the fuck that's about. Alright, so we got sidetracked. But sure, look, such is life. And now, next up, we have the journal. So we're having a look at journal.ie. We got backlog fears test criteria widen out and EU economy shrink by 7%. There you have it. Some lad stole liquid nitrogen from a Cork farm. There you are. Bit of a random one. Alright. There you are. Oh yeah, they're lifting the fucking coronavirus things. Yeah. There you are. They keep showing, anytime I look on the internet now, they keep showing me pictures of gross feet, like really fucked up feet, and they go, oh, our feet, like fucking sore feet, the latest sign of fucking coronavirus. I don't know, man. I don't want to know. As UK tops European death toll, Professor Lockdown and his married lover dominate the front page. There, that's news for you. Drop of 10% in mortgage approvals in March 2019. 15 children in New York hospitalised with disease possibly linked to coronavirus. Leaving lockdown. White House set to disband COVID-19 task force in coming weeks. There you have it. And also, Mountjoy Station. Garda temporarily stood down after members tested positive for COVID-19. Oh. Face masks and social distancing mean it's harder for deaf community to communicate. Okay, that's fine. Definitely a thing. Other crises. So if that wasn't scaring you, this shit will fucking scare you. You came here to be terrified. Well, here it comes. It's a perfect storm. Sharp rise in rent. Supplement payment rises concerns over post-COVID things. There you have it. And also, TikTok. Taoiseach invites women who received abuse for Irish dancing video to 2021 St. Patrick's Parade. So, one of the... Oh, Jesus Christ. Alright, it's fine. It's fine. Oh, Jesus. I'm just getting a bit of a sore head. Alright, we're moving on. We look at the comments. Oh, my God. It's going to be rough. It's going to be rough. Oh, jeez. I've turned into one of those. Right, any mad comments? Alright, here we go. Tara Murphy. Good on her. Rising above the bullies. Fucking hell. Someone else says, go on, girl, keep dancing. Ignore the bigots. It's fucking TikTok, like. Alright, sorry. I'm being insensitive. I'm wrong, I know. Reg says, it's awful shame that COVID-19 doesn't target the vile on social media instead of the old and infirm. Alright. Well done, you see 2021. So, just looked up, she's really good. Well done, Leo. She'd fucking want to be, she's an Irish dancer, like. It's really fucking hard. Just saw her on TikTok, thought she was fantastic. Wish I could dance like her. Irish dancing worldwide, culture peaking things. So, okay, the controversy seems to, is there something, a racist thing or something? People are going, oh, Leo, well done. I mean, Daniel Radcliffe, well done. So people are happy. Fair play to the girl, but Leo is at his PR game again. Oh my God. So, I think there was a girl, she's bullied because she was Irish dancing and she is... What's the exact context here? Abuse online in recent days. She posted a video of herself Irish dancing. The Virginia-based dancer... Virginia-based dancer Morgan Bullock posted her video of herself Irish dancing on TikTok and Instagram at the weekend, and it quickly went viral. Alright. While much of the commentary was positive, Bullock also came up against abusive and racist responses from some. Yesterday she would post a statement telling her followers she was proud to be competitive Irish dancer. Here's a quote. If you think that a black girl Irish dancing is some form of culture appropriation, then you clearly don't know much about Irish dance. And there's Irish dance schools all over the world, including Mexico and something. Alright. That's news. Alright, so there you are, TikTok. I'm on TikTok, so I can't. TikTok vegan Stephen music. Yeah. Fair play to her. She's TikTok famous and she's coming to Ireland for Paddy's Day. Yeah, I don't wanna be TikTok famous. Sure, we all want to be TikTok famous. Here we go. So there you are. People are very... here we go. Man killed. Vegan news. Man killed and 2 others injured after being attacked by water buffaloes in Wales. There you are. Water buffaloes, yeah. Doherty compares COVID-19 to living in Nazi Germany in High Court hearing. And okay, fair play to, I don't know who I'm congratulating, but that's news. And also the comments are disabled, so there you are. That's a bit of things there now. Marriage and Conal and marriage. Alright. COVID-19 killer, that's something else. Oh. World news. COVID-19 at a glance. As India eases the lockdown, coronavirus cases rise. That's India. But that's the New York Times. The Guardian says that a quarter of the pandemics leaked to reported things like that. Great. BBC News. Tesla May criticises world pandemic response. We got the in hindsight police here going, now what you should have done in hindsight, even though no one knew what was going on at the time, in hindsight what you should have done is alright, excuse me. I'm sure she's a lovely person. Top UK scientist resigns over coronavirus distancing violation. Oh, could you be arsed resigning over fucking coronavirus violations? Okay, sorry. Norwegian cruise line, one of the world's worst things. There it is, substantial doubt and other things like that. Happy days. Reshik preparing to wind down lockdown. So worldwide lockdowns are being things, and in 2 weeks we'll all be, like I said, Dr. Boogie will be in the studio and all the rest of it, so it'll all be back to brilliantness. Top UK scientist, and I read that already, coronavirus quickly spread around the world, says some lad. Okay, that's news as well. China quakes talk to coronavirus cover up in Wuhan. Anyway, top New York Times, and there you are. Genetics in focus after coronavirus deaths of siblings and twins. Right, there you are. That's the Guardian, and there you are. That's the stuff there. So I'd like to introduce you to I have a new subscription email service available. It's a thing called MailChimp. So that'll probably be the new link available on the top of on the Instagram page. Instagram is Vegan Steven Music. Twitter, Vegan Steven Pod. There every day. The YouTube is there, and also Patreon as of yesterday is up. PayPal seems to be working. So the distribution for the clothing line has been disrupted, but it will be up running by the time you watch this, more than likely. So links downstairs for all the merch. We got the sun hats, and we got the sunglasses, white t-shirts, and also there's 100 hours of music lessons available on the YouTube. That is the Vegan Steven Create Now. We also have business lessons if you're into that. It's on the old Vegan Steven playlist there. So I'll play it out. Goodbye and good morning. This is the end of the Vegan Steven. It's your morning espresso. Alright, all the best, over and out. Keep going, keep chugging.